Yo, I hope y'all boys having a good day. So today we're gonna be talking about how to introduce sexual energy in a calibrated way. So I want y'all boys to know that sexual energy, it doesn't come from subtly touching a woman in intimate places, right? So it comes from the overall interaction, like the eye contact, the playful teasing, the proximity, the confidence, the tone, and the mutual flirting, fellas. So from there, touch can then develop naturally when you and the girl are comfortable participating with that, right? So I want y'all boys to imagine this. Imagine comfort. I'm gonna give y'all boys a scenario, right? So imagine comfort is still low, right? And comfort's still low, it's still developing, and you want to keep the touch brief and connected to the situation, right? So here's an example. Let's say you're walking through a crowd and you're walking together and people are blocking the path, right, for you and the girl. And you say, come this way, it's less crowded. And you briefly guide her around the crowd with the light touch on her upper arm, then release once you pass through. So you continue talking normally, right? And the point right there isn't to hold her there. The point is that the situation created a natural reason for brief contact, right? So here's another example. So imagine it's a scenario in this medium comfort. So imagine that you've been talking to the girl for a while and there's obvious comfort in playful flirting. Imagine this, you do a playful challenge, right? So imagine she says something like, you're definitely not beating me at this, right? And then let's say you laugh and you say something like, oh really? You think you're that good? So imagine she laughs and reaches towards you because y'all are playfully challenging each other, and you briefly touch her hand with your fingertips, then release and continue the conversation. Right then and there, you aren't grabbing her hand or holding it in place. You're giving her opportunity to participate naturally, right? So if she keeps engaging and reciprocates the contact and the touch that you did, that's information that she is comfortable with that level, right? But if she pulls away or doesn't reciprocate energy, then you leave her alone and don't force it, right? So I'm gonna give y'all boys a higher comfort scenario, right? And this is a scenario I want y'all to understand, to just let the tension build. So at higher comfort, right, you don't necessarily need more touching, right? So imagine this. You and her, y'all sitting close. You're sitting together having a personal conversation, and there's sustained eye contact. You and her are comfortable. She naturally moves in a little closer, and you don't immediately try to turn that into something sexual. You simply stay relaxed and allow the closeness between y'all to exist. If she continues choosing that proximity and actively participates in the romantic interaction y'all having, then the tension can build naturally, right? So if the moment clearly becomes romantic and you want to kiss her, you can just really ask, can I kiss you? Because that's clearer than trying to treat one body language cue as an automatic permission, right? Or you could be like, let me kiss you. You know, you could be more assertive with it, something like that, right? So the biggest lesson here is, I want y'all boys to know that there isn't a magic place to touch that creates attraction, right? When it comes to her, right? The sexual vibe itself comes from the combination of flirting, confidence, eye contact, proximity, tone, and mutual participation, right? So touch should complement that, right? It should, be the same as it and be similar to it and not replace it, right? So remember that being comfortable with one type of touch doesn't automatically mean someone is comfortable with the next type. So you never want to force it. You always want to touch and then see how she reacts, right? And then gather the information on her comfort level, and then you move on from there, right? How I told y'all boys earlier. So this is another important piece, fellas. Every time physical contact happens, touch, observe, update your read, fellas, and match the current level of comfort, and continue only with mutual and reciprocated participation, right? So pay attention to what happens afterward. Does she remain comfortable? Does she reciprocate? Does she choose to stay close? Does she pull away? Does she start participating? Those reactions, fellas, give you information about the current interaction and comfort level you are at with her, right? So if she's clearly comfortable and actively participating, you can allow the interaction to develop naturally with more comfort and more of that, right? Now, if she pulls away and becomes tense or removes your hand or stops reciprocating or maybe says no, then you know to readjust and recalibrate, right? And back off. So the goal right here isn't to touch as much as possible. The goal is to let physical and sexual tension to develop naturally when both people genuinely want to participate, right? So I really want y'all boys to understand that. And yeah, that's today's video. So make sure y'all like it up. And come join my Discord, man. If y'all got any questions, y'all can always come talk to me, man, in the comment section and everything, man. We still growing. Like it up and comment and subscribe. And I'm going to catch y'all boys in the next one.